Island Riders, happy Friday. Yes, it is Friday once again, the last Friday of the month, so that means it's channel update time. And we got a really special channel update. I've been looking forward to putting this one together for a while, actually, because it's our Island Rider Appreciation feature channel update. So yeah, all the folks that entered to into our 1,000 sub giveaway contest, you know, all you folks, even if you didn't win, you get featured on this this episode. And I want to thank you right off the top for your amazing stories, for your great photos. It's been excellent reading that and getting to know you a little bit. I think that's some of the coolest parts about this. It's just the getting to know you part. So I'm excited to share those. Plus, today we've got other, you know, channel update business too. We got a little bit of a, just to bring you up to speed as to where we are right now, what's coming up for videos, and, you know, kind of what I'm planning on doing, kind of what I'm doing right now to get us some awesome new content. And boys, oh boys, I can't tell you enough how excited I am to share July's videos with you. We got some really cool videos coming down the pipe, Island Riders. But anyway, today what I'm going to do, I'm enjoying this beautiful weather here. Actually, it's just gorgeous. We had all sorts of rain and thunderstorms yesterday, so I'm heading up to Blooming Point because I want to fly the drone a little bit. I haven't been flying the drone too much lately, and I kind of miss it. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to do some drone flying, do a little bit of dirt riding, and we'll check in with you as we get closer to it. And I'll fill you in on those other important channel update points. Yeah, so channel update stuff. I'm just gonna bring the visor up because boys, it's hot out today. So where are we at right now? By now, I guess you folks will have started the fly fishing series. Yeah, we got our spring fly fishing trip in. Woo, love that dust. Yeah, our fly fishing trip is in now. So that's a 4-part series. I think you guys are gonna like that a lot. You know, that was a really fun one to do. I really enjoyed putting that series together. And I'll tell you right now, I won't tease you, we catch fish. We hook fish, we hook trout, and at the end of the series, I do catch a fish for you. So I won't cheat you out of a good fish getting caught on camera. We'll get that taken care of and sorted out for you. What else is coming down the pipe? We did a really, really good run with a group of guys from the PEI Dual Sport Riders and group, and man, oh man, that was fun. Big bike ride. So a lot of really, really cool looking bikes on that ride. I think there was about 5 of us in total. And we had like some KTM Adventure 890Rs. We had 2 of those on there. We had a Tenere 700. We had an Africa Twin. We had, of course, the Silver Fox. That was a beautiful ride. Just a really cool one to just, you know, nail down the whole scope of the ADV spectrum. You know, a little bit of asphalt appreciation, a little bit of this kind of dirt road riding, a little bit of, you know, tracking around through the woods, and we got some good drone footage on there, actually, just to mention the drone. And then, then yes, after that, oh, the video that comes up after that, the sequel to Red Mud Madness. Holy smokes. I'm laughing about it because I'm like in the middle of editing it right now, and just every minute of that video is gold. So they're gonna be long episodes. They're just long episodes because they're just like I'm trying to find things to cut to shorten it down. I'm unsuccessful. But me and Brandon and his legendary DR650, we head up to the Red Isle ATV trail quite shortly after a lot of rain has fallen, and I will leave it at that. The title says it itself. If you're interested to know why it's the sequel to Red Mud Madness, I'll leave a link up at the top to the first iteration of that. It's some old school Island ADV. You know, bear with the low definition videos. That was early days filming there, but it's still a blast. Anyway, so that's what's coming down the pipe for on the channel. Man, such a beautiful day to be out here. But you know what, like I said, we got a lot of rain, so we got a little bit of mud here and there. Nothing too serious. I mean, this is a pretty popular spot for people to come through. The old Honda Civics can make it. Should be no problem for us, right? Oh, I know, Foxy, I just cleaned you up after that ridiculousness up at Red Isle. It's like, come on, give me a break from the red mud just a little bit. It took me a whole evening to clean this bike up after that. And that was even after me like washing it down after we got back. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's keep pushing though. There's a really cool beach at the end of this. Right on. Welcome to Blooming Point, folks. Another little hidden gem on the other side of the red dirt roads. A beauty of spot. Oh, that was fun. That was really fun, actually. I really like coming up to this area and just kind of getting a scope on it. Now, I was kind of thinking I'd just come up here and then take off home, but you know what? I just kind of want to keep riding. You know, I think, yeah, let's head back to Dromore. Just for a quick rip, you know? Man, it's so pretty out today. Oh, bit of swamp to deal with here, but I don't think this is too bad, eh? Like, probably not. Nope, she's a-okay. Look at this beautiful little spot. Look how dark it is in here. I don't know if you could tell, but man, it's just like out there it's super sunny. In here it's like it's nighttime. Let's gear down here. This is gonna get sloppy after a good rain. It looks, I don't know, it's too early to tell if it's cleared out. I brought bug spray, which was the mistake that I made last time. Oh yeah, look at this mess right here. I can feel the back tire coming out. Right there is the worst of it. A touch more up front here too. Oh yay, sweet, here we are. Picnic table's way off to the end. Bring her back out here. Oh man, it's always fun coming up through here. I love this little spot so much. It's my own little piece of paradise. Well, it's not mine by any means. It belongs to whoever enjoys it. I love coming up here, getting a piece of some peace and quiet, just some moments to reflect. It's a great spot. Sometimes I'll even set up a hammock and just chill. But the reason why I brought you folks here, so I could have a nice little private spot to just kind of enjoy the stories that you sent me as part of our 1,000 sub giveaway, Island Rider Appreciation channel update today. And again, I want to thank everybody who sent all of their stories in and shared all of your great memories on your adventure bikes or off your adventure bikes. We did have a really cool story that came in about, you know, someone's trip to Australia. We'll go over that. But thank you so much. You know, it's seeing stuff like this that inspires me to get out to ride. And if me getting out to ride inspires you to get out to make some really cool memories, well, you know, that just does it for me. Also, sorry, you're probably going to hear all manner of like winged insect around the microphone, but that'll just give you an idea of how bad the bugs are in here. Anyway, I did bring bug spray, so let's get into it. Let's take a look at some of these stories. So the first one comes from Black Widow Overlander. Really cool fella. I'm chatting with him a lot on Instagram there too. He's a great guy. He's got a KLR 650 and he sent me this really cool photo of him up in, where is this now? Up in Casper Mountain, and what a bold adventure that was. You can just see the snow and you can just imagine, you know, fighting against the uphill climbs on that, fighting against the slippery terrain and against just like the cold itself. It's just an amazing adventure to see someone take a KLR up there. What an amazing, you know, feat. Plus, you know, I love watching your Instagram posts, fella, and it's just great stuff. I love seeing the photos that you post there. I love chatting with you. By all means, good. I hope your trip is going well. I think you're on a trip right now. You just got your new tires for that one. You know, good luck. I hope it's treating you well. I hope you're making lots of great memories. Very, very cool stuff. Lance sends us a really cool photo here of his brand new KLR 650, his Gen 3. He's got an awesome one with that, like, you know, desert pattern on it, that desert paint job. So cool. This one comes up from Little River Canyon in Alabama. And the first thing I said when I saw this photo and I saw the flat rock and I saw the water, and I'm like, I said to him, is like, the fly fishing's got to be unreal there. I don't know what fly fishing's like in Alabama, but man, I see that water and I'm like, yeah, I want to get a line into that water as soon as I can. All right, so while I sit there and try to figure out what's wrong with my email, let me move on to Mitch's submission. Now, you guys have probably heard me talk about Mitch before, but Mitch is the man. Mitch is from down in Bolger Motorsports, and he is the guy. He is the secret to all the success of the KLR 650. If we go for tires, tubes, you know, looking for sprockets, chains, wheel bearings, Mitch is the guy that hooks us up with some parts. For sure. So again, Mitch, thanks for everything you do, bud, man. You keep the Silver Fox running, buddy. I really appreciate it. So Mitch sends us in this really awesome story. This is his first ever adventure ride on his KLR 650. That's the blue Gen 2 there. So he says, the first time I had the KLR off pavement, we went from Cornwall to Crapaud, touching almost no pavement at all, and then came back a different route. He says he had so much fun that day learning how to different bike handles off-road, learning how much more challenging it can be to be riding off pavement. That's the day, in my opinion, my KLR went from, what was I thinking, to, I can't believe I waited this long to get one. Man, I love that spot. That is an awesome one. That's, for those who don't know, that's a bit of the Plan B, I believe, up there. And that's the old Inukshuk that we had all stacked up on that area. Now that picture right there, I saw that, and it inspired me to get out and just, you know, finally get on that trail system and see where it went. So Mitch, again, thank you for everything, and thank you so much for this story, man. So Amos, this is a fellow after my own heart here with his approach to like rough camping. You know us, we like to take the bike moto camping into the wild as much as we can, and I really like doing that kind of approach. But this is crazy. He sends us this really cool story coming up from PEI here. He says a couple of guys were invited out to a fella's place up in central Prince Edward Island here. And the parameters of the trip were you could only live off what you brought in a backpack. So he used his Gen 1 KLR, Oscar as he calls it, as his backpack, which is, he thinks it's cheating. I don't know, is it cheating? I don't know, the KLR could do quite a bit. But the improvised shelters that this fella put together, man, he battled through the rain. And this was like in April time, I guess. But man, oh man, he just, like, the improvised shelter is just outstanding on this one. I've created improvised shelters here too. For the Army, we do things in the winter like that, and they look very similar to this. But it's very good construction. That looks like such a fun time. And man, oh man, it looks like you weathered the rain pretty good there, for sure. I love the setup. I love how you're able to get the KLR in there and everything. Very, very cool. Awesome adventure. I love seeing that, man. I love like good camping stories as well. Very, very cool stuff. So this is a really, really cool story coming in from Chris from BMRTV. He has a YouTube channel. I recommend that you check it out. He's got a nice, cool looking lava red, you know, Gen 3 KLR. So if you like videos that, you know, just embrace the ride vibe for the KLR 650 on and off road, and just, you know, like commentary and very, very chill atmosphere, BMRTV is a really good channel. I recommend that you check it out. I'll try to link it down in the description here for you folks so you can find him there. But he sends us a really, really cool story about how his 17-year-old just joined the Army, and shortly before he was due to head off, we took a 3-day ride. 1, so we could do a ride together, and 2, so we could see his grandmother before he left for his indoc, his basic training. Now, I can tell you folks, I've been through basic training, obviously, with my, you know, little side gig with the Army, and the butterflies that you get before heading out to basic are a different breed of butterfly. Holy smokes. I remember myself being down there, the Queen Charlotte Armory. You know, it was like, I think it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was getting ready to be put on the bus or the van to head out to my basic, and I could just, the lights were low, everybody, the vibe was just very, very tense. And it's so hard to break that mood. There was nothing I could do all weekend long. It was just, all week long, it was just looming in the back of my mind. So there was just nothing. But what they ended up doing is they went out on this ride. And that is such a great way to kind of take that away from you and give you a little bit of confidence. Because whenever you set out on a ride like that, on a machine like this, or any kind of motorcycle at all, you get that kind of confidence that you need going into something like that. So this next story comes from a really good island rider, one that's been around for a long time, KLR Phil. Oh my goodness, buddy, this is a really
timely, actually, story here. So he says, he just a little bit after he got his KLR 650, him and a buddy decided to head down to Martin Head to go do some moto camping. He says both of them dumped their bikes in the process, which is not surprising because the roads down through Mechanic Settlement, down through the Fundy Coast are pretty rough. They can turn on you really quickly. We've seen that a little bit on our old series Into the Blackbud, but Martin Head is a beautiful place to camp. And I'll tell you this, Island Riders, we're heading there. Now this is a really fantastic story that I got from Toyota Turner. That's his Instagram handle. He got that through a direct message to me through Instagram, and this one just hits really good, man. So he tells the story about, you know, more of a personal journey than a physical one that kind of surrounds, you know, a lot of what we talk about with these bikes, you know, getting out there to the other side of our comfort zone and using that to kind of inspire confidence in the rest of our lives. But he did it for sure. He was going through a little bit of rough patch, you know, relationship wise, and he had just recently got his KLR, and then he started like watching the videos, and he said, and this makes me feel like this just fills me right up with good vibes. He says, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, definitely gave him the confidence to push to the other side of his comfort zone. And doing that, getting on the bike and experiencing those things, he says, you know, we're able to give him a little bit more confidence to shoot after the things that, you know, really make you happy in life. So he says, as I grew more confident on the bike, I grew more confident in person. It made me happier, it made me fulfilled, and it started a more positive and more meaningful relationship from that. So, you know, that is just so amazing. I'm so glad that you were able to pick up the bike and find something out of that bike, out of your adventures, to be able to tap into your day-to-day life and bring that positivity to make your life a lot better. Man, that's so cool. So this is another one of those really cool stories, like I was telling you. This comes from Tim, and this takes us way back to 2008. Not really way back. I mean, who knows? My whole sense of time and years right now is kind of skewed. But at that point, him and his son, they both bought matching pairs of KLR 650 2008s. And there's a really good photo here. And he and them set out for an amazing adventure from Toronto, North Toronto area, all the way to Newfoundland. That's a lot to ask. That's a big undertaking. But they put those bikes to the test. And there were some glitches along the way. He was saying he had to get the, he says by the time I think they got up to Newfoundland, they ended up having some glitches that forced them to take a more direct route back home. I think they ended up getting their battery replaced on one of the bikes, I think a Sun bike maybe. And it's just wild to be able to like make such a long journey and overcome that. So Lucas sends us a really, really cool picture of him and a few buddies there, just out on what looks like the Cape Tryon Peninsula. I think we were up there earlier this year with some folks from the Dual Sport Riders PI. Now Lucas, if you don't remember Lucas gave us the lead about Fountainhead. So if you want to, like the last moto camping series that we had from season 2, that was all because of a lead we got from Lucas. So thank you again for that, Lucas. But that's just amazing. He's saying he always had dirt bikes and he always had like, you know, wheelers and things like that growing up. And then after a little while, he did some road bikes for a bit and then finally landed on dual sport, and he said it was just a game changer. So James sends us a really cool story getting back out to New Brunswick, which is timely again because we're heading out to New Brunswick here pretty soon. And he was talking about his KLR 650 that he's got set up, and he had some big plans for this to go just explore up around northern New Brunswick. And New Brunswick, like I've said this before, it's a gold mine for ATV trails, and his goal is to get into some of that, you know, with the KLR. And I can tell you right now, the folks down at the MB, you know, Dirt Riders Association, they've made serious progress in getting, you know, dual sport and ADV bikes on the Quad MB ATV trail system. It's a long process. It involves a lot of work, and those guys have been doing an amazing effort to get that done. And I think they are the closest they've ever been to an agreement. I think you folks actually have an agreement in place right now. Don't quote me on that, because I think there's still some stuff to get sorted out. But buddy, James, it's coming, man. Keep an eye on that Facebook page. Now, Latitudes ADV, another really cool Instagram, YouTube site here. He sent us just a ton of photos, clips, and videos of amazing adventures all around in Panama. Now, this is some crazy stuff. Really, really cool stuff. A lot of good friends getting together and enjoying really awesome adventures out there. There was one where I think where he was loading his bike up onto a train. They were taking this train all over Panama, going on a crazy adventures. Just beautiful, beautiful areas. And you can see the sweltering heat. You can see the intensity of the rain and the mud and the slop. And you can just see a bunch of people, you know, generating smiles because they're pushing themselves you know, over the side of the comfort zone, trying to find the really, really cool adventures that exist out there on the other side of the jungle, I guess. I don't know. So this is a really, really awesome one. Now, I'll say this. You don't have to have a motorcycle or an adventure bike to be a member of the ride group here, the virtual ride group at Island ADV. You can, you know, just drive in your car all over the place. Adventure is adventure. That's what it is. You know, anything that generates memories, puts that smile on your face, like we're talking about. You know, that's the good stuff. And Mallory sent us an amazing story of a trip that she took with her husband out to Australia. And she definitely pushed past the comfort zone. I had to do some encouraging to ask her to let me put this video or this photo up, because it's just like, I look at this and I'm just seeing someone who's just totally outside of their comfort zone and making some amazing memories. This is, you know, again, getting back to the core thing that we've been talking about through this whole process. And just like learning how to surf in Australia. Could you imagine, of all the places to learn to surf, Australia, what an amazing place to do that. Australia is so, so beautiful. It's just an amazing place. And I remember when I was younger, I used to love watching old surf videos and stuff like that. And I always said to myself, I'm going to learn how to surf one day, and I'm going to go to Australia and learn that. And this is that. And I'm just so, so proud of you, Mallory, for getting out there and like learning how to do that. You did well. She says it's very easy to get to kneeling on the board, you know, but it's incredibly difficult to be standing. But you did it. That's proof is in the picture. Am I right? Awesome, awesome. Now, we did have some other entries here from Micah and Janelle, and from Mike R. They were the winners of the 1,000 sub Island Rider Appreciation giveaway contest. And if you want to check those out here, I'll try to leave a link here if I can remember. You know, I'm pretty good with that stuff, to our channel update, or no, from the winner's announcement. You can check those out. They have some really, really great adventures to pass along. You know, Janelle's trip out to Alaska PEI and Micah's trip up around Northwest Territories, and then just that really, really cool shot of that trail that Mike R really likes to go on. Again, I can't thank you enough for all of the really, really cool photos that you sent and all the stories. And you know what? I think we're going to do this on a regular basis. I think from now on, for as long as we're doing this YouTube gig, I think June is going to be Island Rider Appreciation Month. So next June, next year, we'll do another giveaway. We'll have another group of people submitting their stories and their photos, and we'll do this again, because this was so fun. This month, June was amazing, folks. Between all the really cool rides that we had, doing the giveaway, reading all your amazing stories, it was just a blast. Anyway, I think I'm gonna chill out here a little bit longer, kind of absorb the nature a little bit, and then I'm gonna head back to the garage there, and I'm gonna get together a lot of the kit. I'll get you washed up. Sorry, I put so much mud on you. But we gotta get our kit sorted out for our New Brunswick trip, right? Oh man, looking forward to it. Anyway, if you're out riding, please ride safe. And if you're out finding adventure, I hope that you find a good adventure that gives you a really lasting memory that you can look back on in the future and bring a smile to your face. But until we ride again, until we get into the mud, until we find ourselves on the dirt roads, or if we find ourselves in the red clay again here on Prince Edward Island, take care, Island Riders.